Sandy, the sunroom stitcher, here in the warm folds of the lilac thicket. It is July 23rd, Saturday. It's 10:46 in the morning, and we are in the happy room because the sunroom is closed up because our air conditioning went out last night. Yay! Another thing to be so thankful for is air conditioning. We have a fan. We think we need a fan motor, or a fan motor, something. But called the home warranty people, and they will be out on Monday. And so I understand that if there's people that have health issues, that they need to be reserved this time as for them. I wouldn't want somebody with emphysema or dying of cancer or whatever not to be able to get their air conditioning fixed before me. It's only right. So not a lot of stitching going on, as I said. I started the upper lobe of her wing. Okay, we'll just leave it down there. Anyway, so I thought, well, since there's not a lot of stash that I bought or anything like that, I thought, let's just talk some cross stitch. So I had some things that I wrote down that I've been thinking about, running around in my mind, rattling around there. I've got an email from Stitches and Things, which is in Michigan. She has a brick and mortar store, and she also has an online presence. I was reading through her email, and she was saying that there's 2 needlework shows coming up, and they're going to be online needlework shows. I always enjoy those because generally I am introduced to new upcoming designers and stuff like that. So I'll leave a link to Deb's Stitches and Things in the description box, and you can go to her site, you can read her newsletter, you can look around if you're not familiar with her. But she said the Northern Craft online show is August 8th through August 19th, and then there's a Harvest Hop online needlework show September 8th through September 13th. So you may want to mark those on your calendar if you like to visit the online shows. Also, Deb has, and I put in a pretty nice order. I was looking at the new things, and Valdani has a color chart like the DMC with the actual thread samples. So it was right under $30. I went ahead and I ordered it because I do like the Valdani, and I do like that it is actual samples of the actual thread. Just because of the accuracy of the coloring, and it's a lot easier to, not a lot easier, it's much more accurate to maybe substitute threads that way than using a picture, because we all know that those pictures, you're not going to be exactly like the real thing. And I have an example of those kind, and this is the Karen collection. And it's just pictures of the colors. And although it might be pretty accurate, it is not exact like a sample would be. And so I've got the Mill Hill bead one, but it's pictures. But I have actually a Krennic one that's actual colors. I also have the Anchor one. That's actual threads. And I have a Krennic silk that's actual threads. So I'm excited about getting it. I can't wait to get it. There was also something else that it was a comparison guide for, and it's not new. It's actually in her old classic designs for sale. So I picked up a lot of old, went through, there's like 2,400 items, looking at them all, and there was one called the Rainbow Gallery comparison guide, and it was like $3 or $4. So I'm not sure what that is, but I'm going to go ahead and purchase it. So I can, it would be worth seeing what it is. So it might be comparing like what fireworks is versus ribbon floss or something like that. So that might be helpful too. I'm really excited about getting that. They, some on the classic sale page, I did notice there were a few things that I think they were there by accident because they weren't marked down, but most of the stuff there was half of what the retail price was. And I saw old Shepherd's Bush, old Little House, I saw old Periwinkle Promises, I even saw In a Gentle Fashion, which I don't think that they are in business anymore. So, yeah, I spent around $30 getting half-price things, and I'm looking forward to getting those. So, again, that'll be in the link. That's Stitches and Things, Debbie Cook shop. So, that is interesting. That's what I've been thinking about, the color guides. And the other thing I was thinking about, that years ago, there was a designer, and I think her name, I don't remember her name, but I think the design line was My Mark. And she had a blog, and there were several pages where she had taken her finished stitching, but things that weren't fully finished, but just the stitching was completed, and she put them into scrapbook pages. And she had charms and stuff like that in it. And so you could just sort of flip through it and see all these really cute stitched pieces that she put into the scrapbook with corresponding scrapbook pages and little stickers, or, you know, just sort of a way to finish the needlework. It was cool. And I looked online this morning through, I probably spent about an hour looking for it, and I couldn't find it. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, or knows that old blog is still online, let me know. I would really appreciate that, because that was such a unique way to finish stitching. You know, those piles of stitching that you just did, like the frog that I have and that. So Yeah, it got me to thinking about a lot of things that used to be out on the internet that, or there even a lot of products and designers and stuff like that that used to be out there that are gone now, and it's a shame. I pine for those old days, like with the old Yahoo groups and stuff like that. Bulletin boards, there was Cross Stitch Corner, that was a very active bulletin board, and they had stitch alongs, and you could sell your stash on there, and they would have a separate board for like Shepherd's Bush fans or Mirabilia fans. It was really a neat community. And then there were others that weren't so nice, that they were actually pretty horrible to people. So another thing that I thought of was, I've had this for a while and I haven't done anything with it. It's actually one of the printer trays, and I paid $4.75 for this at the thrift shop, and there's a piece here that is missing that needs to be put back on it. But I have seen French stitchers that make like little pillows or to put in these little cubbies. And since these are a different size, you could do all sorts of different things with it. But anyways, I still haven't done anything with this, and I guess you could paint it too if you wanted to. But oh, looks like, yeah, I had it upside down because there's little hooks right there. I don't know if you can see those right there, but this says 1978. These are printer trays. And also, I don't know if you can see it over there. Let's see if we can get my finger. There's the little round table that I bought from Aldi's and put together, so that I can have a little something to set stuff on when I stitch in here on my love seat. And so those were the things that I was thinking about. I do have some stuff that I want to get at 123, or yeah, 123 Stitch. Since our air conditioner is only going to cost me $75. But then my husband's car, and we're going to see if we can figure out where the leak is coming from this week. He's got to take it back up to Goodyear. So anyways, that's really about it. And I didn't bring it in. Hold on, I'm going to put this on pause for a minute and run out. Back. I let the dogs out too. But anyways, I'm trying to decide which angel I want to do for Ashley. I've got this DeGrazia angel with a candle, or the Birds of a Feather angel. So I love the DeGrazia angels because they're Native Americans, and I've got lots of his artwork that has been charted, and I think he's darling. When my sister lived in Cortez, Colorado, I went to visit her, and we went into a shop, and that's where I was introduced to the DeGrazia art. And we went to an auction, and they had glasses, trinket glasses that had the DeGrazia angels on it. I bought some postcards with DeGrazia on them, the DeGrazia angels, and I actually had a mat made and it framed for my mom, and she's got that hanging in her hallway. But I love the DeGrazia angels. The other thing that I had gotten a Stitchery catalog, and there was something in here that I found really interesting. Sort of expensive, but it is these storage cubes that you can purchase. Now you get this whole cube, but you have to buy the individual drawers, and they have the ones that are like for projects, and then they have the ones that are smaller for the threads, the DMC threads, but they have handles on them, which I thought was really cool. And you can buy the rollers, the casters for the bottom. But if you were to do that, it would be rather expensive. The cube is $59.99. The casters are $8.99. And then each of the bigger storage boxes, the open ones with no dividing, are $15.99. The slim ones are $14.99. And then the slim ones that are divided so that you could put your DMC in it, they're $17.99. But I thought that was such a cool storage thing. Very cool. And you could, although I don't do it, you could put your different projects on there for your rotations. Since I don't do a rotation, I don't have to worry about that. But I just thought that was really neat. And of course, you know, my head is filled with all kinds of plans, but as I was going through some of my stash, I found this Needles Content, this mermaid tin topper, and I love mermaids. Let's see if we can get a better picture of her. Anyway, so really and truly, that's all that's going on here. And my husband's at church. I told him that there'd be no cooking going on since we don't have air conditioning, and we'll be eating out. I'm about ready to go out and get a sandwich or something. I could heat up I have a TV dinner I could eat. But other than that, I'm gonna say, I think, that I hope you have a great Stitchy week, and I'll talk to you later. I love you guys, and God bless.